Hi, Bookers. What's for dinner? Soup. We're going to make a nice cabbage soup. I tell you what, this, if you make it, it's easy, it's fun, it tastes delicious. I'll tell you a couple secret ingredients. One of them is fennel, but we'll get there. So this is a nice feel good, it's good for you. You feel nice afterwards. It's like all warm and yummy in your tummy. So let's get started. Yes, this is a huge pot, but I don't know, you know, when I cook, people show up, some I don't even know. They're like friends of my kids, but so I always overcook. I don't know if it's the Italian in me or what. So I got a big pot. I filled it almost halfway with water, and then I put in about 7 bouillon cubes, just to be safe, just to give a little oomph. And these are chicken bouillon cubes. I know we're running low on chicken everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But the chicken bouillon cubes are good. So first thing you're gonna do, take your head of cabbage, and we'll talk while we do this too. I always like to take off the first layer. This has already been washed, but I take off the first couple layers just because I like to be, you know, safe and stuff. All right, so just take your cabbage, and this may be a long video. I don't know. Hope you guys are okay with it. I always cut the butt off of it because it's so tough and difficult. And then what I do is I don't do a whole lot of chopping with it, because what'll happen is when we cook it, see, I'm cutting pieces like this, big pieces. When we cook it, it's going to kind of boil itself down to nothing. So I am going to put pieces that big into it. I mean, like almost the palm of my hand, but you don't have to be picky. So I just cut a couple wedges, break them apart into the water. It's gonna start boiling here soon. If I don't get them all cut, or all separated, it's okay. It's very forgiving, the soup, because what'll happen is once it starts cooking up, and all we want it to do is be like soft and lazy, and it's gonna lay across your fork and things like that, or your spoon, whatever. But anyway, once it starts boiling, it will the pieces will let go of themselves all by themselves. You don't have to worry. You know, I used to make this with 1 head of cabbage. Now I do 2, because a lot more people show up, like I said, but also because everybody really likes the cabbage. It's just good once it's like boiled up and cooked up with the chicken noodle broth and the, you know, the other things that we're gonna put it. Sometimes it barks back at you. Did you see that? It's so, piece of cabbage come back at me like a crazy person. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. We do have to get together though and do a another live chat. It's so much fun with you guys the other night. I hope you had fun too. So I'm almost done with this head, and I don't get that butt. Like, I'll leave that off. That's the butt of it. It's too hard. I am not gonna mess with it, but that's it. So here's the whole head. I will put a second head in, but I'll do that off camera, so I'm not making you crazy. That I didn't get enough of the butt off. Okay, so leave that go. So now what we have is our cabbage. It's all in there. It's in there with the bouillon cube and the water that's gonna start boiling up soon. So I will add another head, but I'll do it off camera so I'm not making you crazy. Let me see if I can get you in there. Hope the phone doesn't fall in. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, now let's continue. So now I add some baby spinach. I would add kale too, because look at this. Let's take spinach, put it in. I would add kale too, but I don't have any kale. So I put the whole thing of spinach in. So good for you. Okay, that goes in. Then the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open up a bag of corn, just frozen corn. Hello, corn. In that goes. And then what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of salt. Hold on, there's another big ingredient. A little bit of salt, salty salt. Not too much because that bouillon cube is going to have salt in it anyway. And then a little bit of pepper, just to bring it. See, I don't measure, you guys, I know. And then I have some basil leaves for some flavor. I have some fresh basil up there on the windowsill. I'll probably slam some of that in because there's just nothing better. Here's a little bit of rosemary, like my mom would say, but a rosemary for you guys. I don't know, just boop. It's like a little capful, half a capful, right? Always oregano. My sister Maria, she gave me the best advice for cooking. She said, put in the flavors that you like. Well, these are all the flavors I love, but this one is the important one. It's the fennel. Listen, even if you don't like fennel, when you put this in there, you don't taste fennel-y, but it does something to the pork that we're gonna add to it. All right, so let me add the fennel, and I'm generous with the fennel, okay? I do like 2.5 capfuls. I also grab a stick of butter. This is gonna richen the whole thing up. Make it feel, just give it that thickness, give it that richness, it will. Whole stick of butter. Bye, Felicia. Now, the last ingredient, and like I said, if you had kale, oh, the kale would have been good to go in. I'm gonna do 1 hot Italian sausage, because I'm a hot Italian, and 1 mild. But what I always do is I take the casing, I take it out of the casing, because I don't like the casing, and it gives it too much of an ucky feel. I don't know. So just little like meatballs of it that you're gonna pull out of the casing, throw it in the soup. Just pull them out, throw it in the soup. I'll show you what this is gonna look like. I usually use 2 packages. I used to buy the big ring sausages, but it took too long to get them out of their casings. So I decided to go with these just like sausage links. But I gotta tell you, the Italians, they know how to make la salsiccia. They do. So there we go. I'm almost halfway done with this package. What I'll do now is I'm gonna put in the other package, give this a stir, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let it sit on the stove for about an hour until all of the the cabbage is limp and just kind of lays on the spoon. And I make sure that the sausage is completely cooked through. Now, the other thing that you can do with this is if you don't have time for it, or if you want to do like a slow simmer of it, you do this in a slow cooker. Wow, it's really good that way. But let me show you what we have so far and what this is gonna look like. Look how beautiful. That's so beautiful. I really, really hope my phone doesn't fall in there. Oh, look, can you guys see it? That's nice. So what we're gonna do now is we'll take it, cover it up. Now, of course, I'm gonna go ahead and add that other head and the rest of the sausage. And I will see you back here in an hour to show you what this looks like. Love you, bookers. Bye-bye.